Gal Gadot-Varsano is an Israeli actress and model. At age 18, she was crowned Miss Israel 2004. She then served in the Israel Defense Forces for 2 years as a combat fitness instructor, whereafter she began studying at IDC Herzliya while building her modeling and acting careers. Her first international film performance was in Fast and Furious, where she appeared as Giselle Yashar. She reprised the role of Yashar in several subsequent installments of the Fast saga. Gadot went on to achieve global stardom for her portrayal of Wonder Woman in the DC Extended Universe, including in Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, Wonder Woman, and Zack Snyder's Justice League. She has since starred in the Netflix action comedy film Red Notice and the mystery film Death on the Nile. Dubbed the biggest Israeli superstar by local media outlets, Gadot was included on the list of the 100 most influential people in the world by Time in 2018, and has placed twice in annual rankings of the world's highest paid actresses. Early life. Gadot was born on April 30, 1985 in Petah Tikva, Israel, where she first lived. She was later raised in the city of Rosh Ha'ayin. In Hebrew, her given name means wave and her surname means riverbanks. Her father is Michael Gadot, an engineer, and her mother is Irit Gadot, a physical education teacher. Prior to her birth, her parents had Hebraized their surname from Greenstein to Gadot. Her father is a sixth-generation Sabra. She has a younger sister named Dana. Gadot has stated that she was brought up in a very Jewish, Israeli family environment and is of Ashkenazi descent. Her maternal grandparents were born in 20th-century Europe. Her grandfather survived the Holocaust following his imprisonment at the Auschwitz concentration camp during Nazi Germany's occupation of Czechoslovakia, while her grandmother managed to escape the continent before the outbreak of World War II. Growing up in Israel, Gadot learned and danced jazz and hip-hop for 12 years. And her first jobs were working at a local Burger King as well as babysitting. She graduated from Begin High School in Rosh Ha'ayin, majoring in biology. As Jewish high schools in Israel often take their sophomores on trips to Holocaust memorial sites, Gadot went to Poland to gain a first-hand understanding of 2 Nazi concentration camps, Auschwitz and Majdanek. About the experience, she reminisced, "I stood there on top of a mountain of ashes. I, an entitled child, felt the suffering the Muselman experienced back then. When it was time to give my speech at the memorial ceremony, my eyes filled up with tears, and I could not control the shivering. I returned home more mature and cried with my grandfather about that, coming a full circle from his childhood to mine." At age 18, Gadot entered the national beauty pageant Miss Israel under the impression that it would be a fun experience, and stated in a Glamour interview, "I never thought I would win." At age 20, she enlisted in the Israel Defense Forces as a combat fitness instructor as part of her mandatory 2 years of military service. She has said that her military background helped her to win the role of Giselle Yashar in the 2009 film Fast and Furious, stating, "I think the main reason was that the director Justin Lin really liked that I was in the military, and he wanted to use my knowledge of weapons." After her military service, Gadot studied law at IDC Herzliya in Israel. Career. Modeling and beauty pageant career. At age 18, Gadot won the 2004 Miss Israel beauty pageant, and subsequently competed for Israel in the Miss Universe 2004 pageant that took place that year in Indiana, Ecuador. She has led international campaigns as a model for Miss 60, Hawaii smartphones, Captain Morgan rum, Gucci fragrances, Vine Vera skincare and Jaguar cars. In 2015, she became the face of Gucci's bamboo perfume brand. She has been featured as the cover girl on Cosmopolitan, Glamour, Bride Magazine, Entertainment Weekly, Clio, Fashion, Le Ciré, FHM. Gadot was the main model for fashion brand Castro from 2008 to 2016. In 2013, her combined annual modeling and acting salary was estimated at NIS $2.4 million. In 2007, a then 21-year-old Gadot was in the Maxim photo shoot Women of the Israel Defense Forces and was then featured on the cover of the New York Post. In 2017, Gadot was placed at number 1 on FHM's 100 Sexiest Women in the World list. In 2018, Gadot became a brand ambassador for Revlon and Reebok. She appeared in advertisements for Revlon's Live Boldly campaign and Reebok's Be More Human campaign. Acting. After Gadot had completed her first year of college, a casting director contacted her agent to have Gadot audition for the part of Camille Monteith in the James Bond film Quantum of Solace. Although she lost the part to Olga Kurylenko, a few months later, Gadot starred in the 2008 Israeli drama Bubot. 3 months later, the casting director from her Quantum of Solace audition chose Gadot over 6 other actresses for the role of Giselle Yashar in the action film Fast and Furious, the 4th film in the Fast and Furious franchise. Gadot performed some of her own stunt work in those films. In 2010, she had small roles in the action comedy Date Night and the action-adventure comedy Night and Day. 2011 brought her back to the Fast and Furious franchise, reprising her role as Giselle in Fast 5. She played the character again in 2013's Fast and Furious 6. Gadot portrayed Wonder Woman in the superhero film Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Gadot received swordsmanship, kung fu, kickboxing, capoeira, and Brazilian jiu-jitsu training in preparation for the role. Gadot's performance as the superhero, which was the character's first appearance in film, was singled out as one of the best parts of the film. Gadot, fellow Wonder Woman actress Linda Carter, DC Entertainment President Diane Nelson, Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins and UN Under-Secretary General Christina Gallek appeared at the United Nations on October 21, 2016, the 75th anniversary of the first appearance of Wonder Woman, to mark the character's designation by the United Nations as its honorary ambassador for the empowerment of women and girls. The gesture was intended to raise awareness of UN Sustainable Development Goal No. 5, which seeks to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls by 2030. The decision was met with protests from UN staff members who stated in their petition to UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon that the character is not culturally encompassing or sensitive and served to objectify women. As a result, the character was stripped of the designation, and the project ended on 16 December. Also in 2016, she had a small role in John Hillcoat's crime thriller 999, where she starred along with Kate Winslet and Aaron Paul. Later that year, she co-starred in the action crime thriller film Criminal, as the wife of Ryan Reynolds' character, alongside Kevin Costner, Gary Oldman, and Tommy Lee Jones. Her final film of 2016 was the action comedy Keeping Up with the Joneses, in which she played a secret agent, alongside Zach Galifianakis, Jon Hamm, and Isla Fisher. In 2017, Gadot starred in a solo film for her character, Wonder Woman. She reprised the role in the ensemble film Justice League, which was released in November 2017, and was her third DC Extended Universe installment. That same year, Gadot was invited to join the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. In 2018, Time magazine named Gadot one of the 100 most influential people in the world, and Forbes ranked her as the 10th highest paid actress in the world, with annual earnings of $10 million. In the same year, Gadot voiced Shank in the Walt Disney Animation Studios film Ralph Breaks the Internet. Gadot appeared in the music video for Maroon 5's song Girls Like You featuring Cardi B. In 2020, Forbes ranked Gadot as the third highest paid actress in the world, with annual earnings of $31.5 million. On October 11, 2020, Gadot was confirmed to be reuniting with Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins on Cleopatra, an epic film centered on Cleopatra produced by Paramount Pictures. Later, Jenkins moved to produce the project with Kerry Scogland set to direct. In December, Gadot was cast in the spy thriller Heart of Stone. In 2021, Gadot starred alongside Dwayne Johnson and Ryan Reynolds in the Netflix action comedy film Red Notice, written and directed by Ross and Marshall Thurber. The following year, she co-starred with Kenneth Branagh, Armie Hammer, Ali Fazal, Tom Bateman, and Annette Bening in the 2022 mystery film Death on the Nile, which was also directed by Branagh. Gadot is slated to play the Evil Queen in a live-action adaptation of Disney's 1937 animated film Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and she will also produce and star in a remake of Alfred Hitchcock's 1955 film To Catch a Thief. Producer. In October 2019, Gadot formed a production company, Pilot Wave, with her husband Yaron-Varsano, and said she will star in and co-produce an Apple TV and limited series about actress and inventor Hedy Lamarr, as well as the Warner Brothers historical thriller film Irina Sendler, following the life of World War II humanitarian Irina Sendler. In 2020, Gadot co-produced, as well as starred, in the sequel film Wonder Woman 1984 and will reprise her role in Wonder Woman 3. Other work. In 2008, Gadot participated in TIFO's Ta Festival, Harp Adka B'Amitzalot, the highest-grossing annual Israeli musical show for kids during the Jewish holiday of Hanukkah, where Gadot took part as one of the local Israeli celebrities, and she acted, sang, and danced dressed as a mermaid. Gadot was named as celebrity endorser for Smart Water in 2020, replacing Jennifer Aniston, who had served in that role since 2008. Imagine video. Personal life. Gadot married Israeli real estate developer Yaron-Varsano in 2008. They have 3 daughters, born in 2011, 2017, and 2021. The two formed their own film television production company, Pilot Wave, in 2019. Gadot and Varsano owned a boutique hotel in Tel Aviv, Israel, which she helped run, that eventually was sold to Roman Abramovich in 2015 for $26 million. Gadot is a black belt in both karate and Krav Maga and an avid martial artist. She served as a trainer and combat instructor for the IDF. Her martial arts helped land her the role of Wonder Woman. During the 2014 Gaza war, Gadot posted on Facebook a picture of herself and her daughter praying in front of Shabbat candles in support of the Israel Defense Forces, accompanied by a comment that quickly accumulated over 200,000 likes as well as more than 15,000 comments of both support and criticism. I am sending my love and prayers to my fellow Israeli citizens. Especially to all the boys and girls who are risking their lives protecting my country against the horrific acts conducted by Hamas, who are hiding like cowards behind women and children. We shall overcome. Number we're right. Number free Gazafra mamas. Number stop terror. Number coexist ants. Number love idv. During the 2021 Israel-Palestine crisis, Gadot called for peace between the two territories in a statement that drew backlash for expressing support for Israel and referring to the Palestinians as neighbors rather than by name. After that, many people called her Zionist. Filmography. Film. Television. Music videos. Commercials. Beauty pageants. Awards and nominations.